Hey guys, AuspiciousAussie here, and welcome to episode 67 of my New York City Wrestling series for TEW 2016. So this is Rumble in the Bronx, and you guys will probably know what that will entail for tonight's show. And yeah, we are going to be doing another Royal Rumble. This time it's going to be a 30-man Royal Rumble. I've hired probably about four people off camera to debut in the match itself, so that's pretty cool. We just needed a few more people. Um, I went for people that were actually positive influences because our locker backstage rating, dropped below 70. So that means you start to get penalties once it gets under 70. So I've hired a few people, and we've worked on a few people's relationship with Bret Heartbreak as well. And we got a couple of decent things. Raven Nightfall has no tension with him now, and Seth Whitehead has gone from a dislike back to simmering tension, so that's good. Maybe we can one day revive their tag team. But yeah, let's get into the show. We've got everybody else that actually has a match is doing double duty in the match in the Rumble in the Bronx match as well. So yeah, we start off with a 93A Almidico generic promo, basically just saying that he is going to win tonight. He's going to outlast the other 29 wrestlers and become the number one contender for the Empire title. There's going to be quite a few of these little promos tonight. We then go into the opening match, which gets a 75 B-. In an exceptional match, Charger Siaki defeated Emmanuel Bryant in 7:31 by pinfall with a handful of tights. Okay, so the story behind this match is, Emmanuel's his mind's in another place. He's focused on the Rumble in the Bronx match later tonight, and Charger Siaki comes out, dominates. Emmanuel eventually comes back as the underdog before Charger rolls him up and then grabs his tights. So, pretty good opening match there, 75 B-, not too bad. We then have a 100 A-star Bear Bukowski Jimenez promo. He came across well, which is good to see. Very similar, basically just saying that he's going to win tonight in the Rumble match. Okay, so we then get an 82B, just a tag team match. In an exceptional match, the Ring Generals defeated the Midnight Prowler and Marsh Stranger in 1942 when Dean Waldorf defeated Marsh Stranger by pinfall with a wheelbarrow bomb. Just a throwaway tag team match, just to give the Ring Generals a nice little win there. And it gets a pretty solid rating as well with an 82. Happy days. We then go into another 82, which is a Matty Faith promo. Once again, just another one of these promos where he states that he's going to win tonight. We then go into a 61C, and our first debutant of the night, who's actually, I decided to give him a match outside of the Rumble match. I might, that might come back to bite me on the ass a little bit, but that's okay. Okay, so in a decent match, Julius Moore defeated Crimson Ghost in 8 minutes 8 seconds by pinfall with a charging tackle. Crimson Ghost has debuted his comic book villain gimmick, and it's got an initial rating of very good, and he's also getting better at his gimmick. This is also the cooldown match as well, so good stuff. I mean, he had a very low in-ring performance, but he's quite good. It's just that he's Japanese, so he has no popularity in America whatsoever. So that's good. Any work improvements? No. Okay. He's actually a really good in-ring worker. He's got a pretty solid top row. I think he's got the first three are like D pluses, then the next three are C minuses, and I think his flashiness and aerial are both like really solid C's, almost C pluses. So pretty good. Not a bad match. It's the cooldown match, so you got to kind of expect a fairly low rating for those. We then go into an 89A promo. Ross Henry just cutting a menace promo once again, hyping himself up for the Rumble in the Bronx match. And the final match before the Rumble is a 75 B-. In an exceptional match, Tennessee William defeated Graham Gorman in 7:36 by pinfall with the Devil's Crossroad. They have great chemistry, which is really good, but the match suffered from a lack of psychology, which is interesting because I think they both have. I think Graham has a C plus, and I think Tennessee has a B minus. So the match wasn't too long, so I think that's a little bit unfair there, but that's all good. pretty solid rating as well for an 8-minute match. Okay, so we then have a 100 A-star spectacular over-the-top entrance. Just before the Rumble entrants start coming out for the match, Ernest comes down to the ring and sits in the commentary booth, and he's going to be our guest commentator for the Rumble in the Bronx match. It's kind of fitting because he is, of course, the Empire Champion, and it is his title that the winner will get an opportunity at. And the match itself gets an 83B+. I mean, I wasn't expecting the match to be too outstanding, because a lot of these guys in here are actually enhancement talents or openers and stuff like that. And then I think there's probably about 10 of them, and then the other 20 are up like mid-carders to main eventers. So an 83B+ is pretty solid. Not going to be the best pay-per-view, but that's okay. Okay, in a superb match, Bukowski won a Battle Royal in 57-34. The other members of the Final Four were Ross Henry, Bret Heartbreak, and Matty Faith, with Ross Henry being the final elimination. So Ross was the runner-up. It was Bear and Ross Henry in the ring, the final two, and Bear got the better of him. Yeah, so Ross Henry also got the most eliminations over the course of the match, and El Mítico set the record for surviving the longest. So El Mítico was the Iron Man in this match. And of course, we got a few debuts. We got Daryl Poirier, who is this guy. I'm not too sure what their actual names of their regions are. I'll have to have a look, but they're quite old, and they used to be a really good tag team. I can't remember what they're called. I'll check that in a minute. But he debuted his monster gimmick, which got an average, which is okay. Freedom Eagle was off his game. He's also got a gimmick that's getting stale. Ross Henry's got a gimmick that's getting stale as well. We've got Shadrach Pulver, who's the regen of the tag team partner for this guy, with the flames under his eyes. Which, interestingly enough, they're both quite good. Daryl is actually Steve the Colt's protege, so that's pretty awesome, and that's pretty much one of the reasons why I signed him, because the other guy, Shadrach, is a little bit better, but he's a heel, and Shadrach is a face, so that kind of sucks, because I would have loved to have put them together as a tag team, but they both have really strong in either heel or face, and then really, really weak, like F+, in the other one, so not exactly going to be able to do that. But he got an above average for his Thrill Seeker gimmick. He was also off his game, but he's getting better at his gimmick, as well as Tatua Roberts, who is also another region. I think he's I think Tribal Warrior, I think he's the regen for Tribal Warrior. And he's named Steve Roberts, and he's Samoan. Steve Roberts doesn't really sound like a Samoan name, so I've renamed him, given him an alter ego, and he's going to be Tatua Roberts, which is okay. I was going to call him Steve Solomon, but then I realized that we have Solomon Gold on the roster, so that doesn't really work. Anyway, it advances all three storylines here, although we don't really care about those too much. There are a lot of worker improvements. Matty Faith is improving in performance skills. Bret Heartbreak is improving in Rumble. Animal Harker is improving in Rumble. Midnight Prowler is improving in performance. Julius Moore is improving in Rumble and performance skills. Bukowski is improving in technical skills and performance skills. Ryobi Uno is improving in performance skills. Solomon Gold is improving in performance. Fro Shaw in technical. Graham Gorman in performance, and Brett London in flying. So a shitload of improvements there to the wrestlers, which is good. So let's end the show. I mean, we get an 83B+, that's probably fair. We use Crimson Ghost far too much, which I kind of realised that was going to happen, because we did indeed put him in another match on the card. So that's my bad. I realised that was going to happen, but I feel like it's going to help his development a little bit more, so that's okay. So yeah, who are the best performers? I feel like the Ring Generals were really good. So we'll go Dean and Marv, and then I think we'll go Matty Faith, because he's got. Oh, actually, we have to go Ross, don't we? Yeah, Ross was furious that he didn't win that match. even though he was runner-up and had the most eliminations. Go figure. Um, so we'll give all these guys hugs. Hopefully Ross isn't too upset at me, but he probably will be. Oh well. Another thing to mention, as we're simming to the main screen, is that Steve Flash, I think, is about to retire. He's retiring very soon. He's a semi-active wrestler at the moment, and I really hope that I'll be able to hire him once he actually retires and hire him as a road agent, because he'll actually be better than my in-game character Larry Vesey. He has probably like I think 4 points of psychology above me, so he will be better. I'll be happy to hire him. He's a legend of NYCW, and he'll actually be a better road agent than me, so it makes sense. Okay, so Rumble in the Bronx has improved to an above average event as its importance, which is really good. Let's have a look at the popularity. Okay, so that stayed the same. I'm not sure, I can't remember if I told you guys, but we are 33 E plus popularity in the New England area, and we're 32 E plus for the importance. So still got a little bit of grinding to do to get up to cult, but we're definitely getting there, and hopefully we should be there before we hit the 100 episodes in the series. Okay, so here we go. We got Ross Henry. He's only got morale issues, so that's not too bad. We'll give him 2,500. That makes him happy. Let's give Matty Faith 2,500 as well. He's been on this list for a little while. There we go. They're both happy. Awesome. Hopefully that's improved our backstage even more. I don't think it has, to be honest. Hammer Hadley is now a negative influence. Why? I don't understand that. He's not even here. How is he a negative influence now? That's just really annoying. I feel like actually getting rid of him. I really should have just gotten rid of him a long time ago. But he is half decent, and he's only 22, so that's a hard one. It's a hard one to get rid of him. I don't know. We'll have to suss that out a little bit more. Does he gain popularity fighting or training for? Well, he's only training for an MMA fight, isn't he? So yeah. Another thing to mention: we are going to be getting rid of Gary the Entertainer. I've offered him a new contract for a one appearance deal because he does have friendships, so I can't just sack him. He's friends with Freedom Eagle and Logan Wolfsbane. We're also going to be letting Freedom Eagle go. I've always liked this guy since we started the series, but his contract runs out in 4 months, and I think it'll be time for him to also leave because we have brought these guys in. So there's Shadrach Pulver. As you can see, he's got no real popularity, a little bit in Canada, but he's got some pretty decent stats. I mean, they're not amazing, don't get me wrong, his top row is pretty bad, but there's some decent performance and physicals, to be fair. He's almost B- everywhere, which is really good. 82 B basics is good, and he's got a C in brawling, which is also, it can carry a match to an extent. He's also got 84 B plus in his menace, which is good to see. And then we'll have a look at the other guy. We'll have a look at all of them. Spoilers as well, we're actually signing Akima Brave. We managed to poach him from, well, not really poach him, but World Level didn't offer him a contract or a new contract. So we're going to be signing him. He is pretty amazing. Unfortunately, he is 39 years old, but he's a locker room leader, so that's good. Doesn't really have any drug issues, as far as I can see there. He's not too expensive. He's about 1,600, maybe a little bit more. Obviously, he's in a tag team with Toma, who is now a former wrestler for us. He's also fairly popular in America, so that's good to see. Very popular in Japan, so he'll probably get poached fairly soon. Anyway, so yeah, he's coming. I think he's coming in about 3 weeks. Yeah, just under 3 weeks. So that's not too bad. Crimson Ghost, Japanese wrestler, as I mentioned. He's on very, very low wages, which is good. He's not great, but he's not bad either, and he's still pretty young, so quite happy to have him in there. Top row looks pretty good, and of course the performance skills will eventually work themselves out. And he can also play a babyface or a heel, so I think that's kind of nice to have. And of course, yeah, he's got a little bit of popularity now, so that's good. Daryl. Okay, so Daryl is the protege of Jack DeColt, as I mentioned. If you don't know, Jack DeColt's one of the probably one of the best, or he probably is the best Canadian wrestler in the game, or history-wise, anyway. He is. So yeah, this is his protege. Looks really good. 86 B+ in brawling. Everything else doesn't really matter that much, although they're not too bad. I mean, E+ is I mean, he's only 21, so he will improve a lot, which is good to see. The 91 basics is awesome. C+ psychology, again, he's really young, so that psychology is definitely going to improve. The only thing that worries me is the stamina. That's quite low, and always a little bit of a worry. But we did do good work with Emmanuel Bryant, so I think we can do good work with Poirier as well. He's also got Menace. I mean, it's not ideal, but a C+ is pretty acceptable as well. And as I mentioned, he is a heel. The Angel Side Slam, that's a pretty good finisher. This is also a positive influence, as I mentioned. Telfor Morin, I might have a look at this guy. We might bring them in as a tag team. I'm not sure. I'll have to check Telfor. We can actually check him now, I suppose. Actually, let me have a look at the roster once again. Did I show you Shadrach? Yes, I did. I didn't show you Tatua. So this is Tatua Roberts. I think that is Tribal Warrior. I think Java's the other guy, but I think that's Tribal. I might be wrong. I'm not sure. He's not so great. He's got really low psychology, but then again, he's also got some decent stats. Good selling, safety, basics. C in brawling isn't too bad. Absolutely terrible stamina and athleticism. So I'm not too sure what we're going to do with this guy. He's in his rookie year. He was with the Supreme Wrestling University, which is their dojo, which usually produces pretty good people. And as I mentioned, I've called him Steve Solomon before I came to the realization that we already have Solomon Gold on the roster. So yeah, I think we've brought in some really good people, some really good young guys as well. Of course, we've always got War Peace, who is one of my favourites. For whatever reason, I don't know, I just have this odd fascination with this guy. And I'm going to try and do some work and get his stats up there. So that's cool. So yeah, we'll have a look at this guy. His name was Telfor? Let's have a look. Telfor Morin. Oh, okay, he's actually not too bad. He actually looks alright. We might actually bring him in. Of course, he's got no popularity. Ah, okay, never mind. We won't bring him in. He's an extremely negative influence. So, he's also a protege of Jack DeColt. Damn it! Why does he have to be a negative influence? It'd also be really expensive, so we're definitely going to leave that. That kind of sucks, because I would have liked to have had a decent tag team come in. Because we actually have no heel tag teams at the moment. Yeah, no heel tag teams. We've got the franchise players, for entertainment, the Ring Generals, Freedom Fighters, and the Southern Stars. And of course, in about 4 months, we're going to be losing 2 of these teams once Freedom Eagle leaves, the Freedom Fighters and Free Entertainment, because we'll be losing both of them. As I mentioned, we possibly could get Heartbreak and Whitehead back as a tag team, but I of course have to continue to meddle between those two and get them back on a solid level of a friendship. Anything else to go over? What is the next event? Where are we? Rumble in the Bronx. Oh, okay, Summer Heat, and then we got Gang Wars after that. Hopefully we'll be able to make Summer Heat an above average event as well. We've only got, what, 2 of those 2 events really? And of course the Hall of Fame ceremony will take a while to get to above average in importance, because we only just created that and had the first show recently. So yeah, I assume Summer Heat, if we have a decent enough show, should rise in importance there. So yeah, apart from that, guys, I think we'll probably end the episode here. So thank you for watching, take it easy, and don't forget to tune in for the next episode, which of course will be Summer Heat. Thank you for watching, guys, and goodbye.